Hey guys, this is the Translating Expressions Desmos. There's 4 slides that we have to do. All right, so remember, translating is when we take words and we translate it into math symbols in a math sentence. Okay, so a word sentence to a math sentence. And before we can do that, you need to know your operation keywords. We have 4 main operations in math: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And you have all of these words that you might see in a word problem, and you need to know what operation to do to solve the problem. Okay, so go ahead and put your 4 headers up here, and then you're going to drag these cards into the different categories. They're not even numbers of cards. Try it out. Actually stack your cards, and then if you've done it correctly, it will say 17 cards out of 17 sorted correctly. Go ahead and pause this video. Try it on your own, and then unpause and check your work. Okay, I have sorted my cards here. I'm just going to talk through them. Hopefully you try this and you're not just copying the work, because then that doesn't help you at all, right? So addition words, we have increase, more than, plus, and sum of. Okay, sum of is the big one that we want to know is addition, to take the sum of something. Okay, and then everything else for addition, you can see it just means going up, right? Increase, more than, plus, which means subtraction are going to be words that mean going down. Fewer than, decrease by, less than, minus, and then the one to make sure you know subtraction is difference. Okay, so sum of is addition. Difference, if we find the difference, then we are subtracting. The difference between 8 and 3, 8 minus 3 is 5. Okay, so no sum of and difference. Multiplication, we only have 2. Times, we know is multiply, and product. Okay, so product is the one that's a little bit tricky. Product, the product of 7 and 8 is 7 times 8. 56. Division, divide by, and then quotient. Know that quotient is division. Okay? So these right here are the ones that can be a little bit tricky that you guys can forget. So make sure you know these 4. Sum of, difference, product, and quotient. All right, moving on to the next slide. Okay, now that we know those keywords, we are now actually translating. We're translating these word sentences into math sentences. And here's your answer bank. Okay, there's only 7 here, so this one's actually a repeat. These 2 are repeats, so you can just go ahead and exit one out. As you use these, you can take them off of your bank because you know you've already used it. Okay, we are not solving any equations or expressions. We're not solving anything. We are translating it. So when we translate, your words need to match your symbols and your numbers. Okay, if I asked somebody to translate into Spanish that I want a cheeseburger, my translator isn't going to say that I want a hot dog, right? It needs to match. So your words need to match your math sentence. Okay, so let's use our operation keywords. 7 more than. More than, if you need to go back to the first slide, you can look. More than means we are adding. Okay, 7 more than. That means we are adding 7. We're adding 7 to something. 7 more than 4 times a number. It doesn't tell us what the number is. So if it doesn't tell us, we don't know, that's when we're going to use our variable. Okay, so you can see our answer choices have this variable n. So 4 times a number, that means 4 n's. Remember, for multiplication, we don't have to use the dot. We don't have to use the x. Okay, 4n, that is multiplication. So 7 more than 4 times a number. So 4n plus 7 right here. Okay, and then you can exit that out. We've used that one. All right, next. 15 less than. Okay, this time less than is subtraction. From slide 1, less than is subtraction. So we're subtracting 15 from something. 15 less than the product. What does product mean? The product of 7 and a number. Product means multiplication. So 15 less than 7 and a number being multiplied. So 7n, 15 less than that. 7n minus 15. 7n minus 15 right here. So scratch that out. Like always, I really hope that you try this on your own. Pause this video, try the rest on your own, and then check your work. Okay, try it. The quotient. Quotient means to divide. the quotient of a number, we don't know what the number, so that's n, and 7. So we're dividing a number in 7. Is 4. This word is means equal. If something is 4, it equals 4. Okay, so multiplication is going to be a variable and a coefficient right next to each other. Division is going to be a fraction. A fraction is division. Okay, let's cross that one out. -15. All right, 15 minus the product, multiplication of 7 and a number. So we're finding the product of 7 and a number. So 15 minus the product of 7 and a number is, remember, is equals 4. Oh, that one's not right. I don't have an eraser on here. Okay, well, ignore that one. 15 minus, that's this one. Okay, we still have this one. 1/4 of a number. So a fourth of a number is 15. It equals 15. Okay, not minus 15. Doesn't say anything about subtraction. A fourth of a number is 15. This one. The difference. Difference is subtraction. We're subtracting something. The difference of 15 and a number. So that's what we're subtracting. 15 and a number. Oh, sorry. And a number times 4. Okay, so 4. 15, the difference of 15 and a number times 4 is 7. Okay, that's this one right here. And then last one, go back to blue. 1/4 of a number, so a fourth of a number, decrease by 15. Okay, so you guys see how our words match our expression or our equation. Our expression or equation won't have numbers that aren't listed in the problem. So check your work. Oh, we can actually, there we go. Never mind. My button doesn't work because I wrote on top of my screen. Once you type in your answers, click that button. You should get the little check mark when it's correct. All right, next slide. Okay, this one is really similar to the last slide, slide 2. And really, if you can do slide 2, then you should be able to do this slide. Okay, so my advice to you for this slide is go ahead and organize your screen a bit. Also in Desmos, make your screen really big, like expand it out, maximize it for these drag and drops so your cards aren't sitting all on top of each other. So I'm putting all my words over here on the left and all of my math sentences over here on the right. I think that makes it a little bit easier to then match. Okay, so I'm actually going to let you guys do this part. Remember that division's you're going to see a fraction for division. This right here, okay, 8 times a number plus 5. This is multiplication. This is 8 times the stuff in the middle. All right, give it a shot. Make your pairs. Make sure you put your cards like right on top of each other. Here, we'll do this one. 8 plus twice a number. Twice a number is times 2. So 8 plus twice a number. Okay, don't just put it next to each other like this. Actually stack them. And then you can see right here, it says 2 are sorted correctly. So this one's done. Put that off to the side. Make sure it says 16 cards sorted correctly. I'm going to keep going. You can do it. Next slide. Okay, this next one, we are translating these words. This top one is going to go in this first box. Okay, the answer to the second is going to go in the corresponding box below. And we're going to use the variable in. I'm going to write it on my screen here, but you're going to type it into the box. This is a little bit trickier because you are typing in the math sentence. And I would say for most assessments, you're not going to have to type it in from scratch. Most times you're going to pick which one matches like we did in the past 2 slides, but this is still good practice. Use your keywords from slide 1. If you need to go back to look at slide 1, you can, but I'm going to start talking through all these. 5 times a number. Okay, 5n. Increased by 8. We're increasing, we're going up. Plus 8. Okay, that one wasn't too bad. you pause this video? Did you try it? You should try it. And then come back and check. Come back and look at the ones that you missed. 3 times the number. I got 3 and 3 times the number. 7 less than. Okay, 7 less than is minus 7. 4 times the number. So 4 times the number. And then you're minus 7. You'll notice for things for less than and more than, it's kind of like your order switches in your sentence. We're going to start with 4 times the number and then take away that 7. Okay, don't start with your 7 minus. We're not taking something away from 7. We're taking 7 away. 7 less than is 7 away. So subtract 7. Okay, column 2. 5 times the sum of a number and 8. 5 times the sum of, we're going to do this part in parentheses, the sum of a number and 8. What does sum mean? Addition. So the sum of a number and 8. So 5 times the sum of a number and 8. This one's a little bit tricky. You might not have known to use those parentheses, but we're multiplying 5. Well, I guess first we are finding the sum of a number and 8, and then we want 5 of those. 3 more than a number, more than, plus 3. So not 3 plus a number, 3 more than. So we're going to start with a number and then add 3. I'm actually going to highlight these less than, more than, because those are the ones where the order is kind of flipped. So be careful. Maybe more. Here, I'll highlight this one too. Less than, that order is going to be flipped. More than, that order is going to be flipped. The order of the problem in your math sentence. 7 decreased by 4 times the number. 7 decreased by subtraction 4 and times the number. 5 more than, so I'm adding 5 to something. What am I adding 5 to? 8 times the number. 3 decreased by, so 3 decreased by a number. See how they match? 9 less than, so we're subtracting 9 from something. What are we subtracting 9 from? Twice the number. If you have twice the amount of something, you've got 2 of them. Okay? Remember, twice is 2, triple, quadruple. So twice is 2. And then we're going to take 9 away. 9 less than twice the number. All right. Thanks for finishing this Desmos. Hope this helped. See ya.